Hey guys, what's up? Shin0555 here, back making another drawing video. It is Sunday, so we're back making another drawing video. And today's video is going to be on Mozu from Fire Emblem Fates, I want to say. She looks familiar, and the only Fire Emblem game I've ever played was Fates. So she's probably from that one, but don't quote me on that. But anyway, this video was requested by Candace Smith. Thank you so much for the request. I hope by the end of the video we can all draw Mozu here, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, hit that bell, all that good YouTube stuff really helps me out. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the intro, so let's get our pencils ready and let's jump in. Alright guys, so to start off drawing Mozu here, what we're going to do is get a nice, decent sized circle. Something like that should be alright. If the camera would focus, there we go. Something like this should be alright. And now, what you want to do is draw the kind of crosshairs for the face. So it'd be something like this. And then the eyes will kind of wrap around like that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of refine the head shape a little bit. So at like this line here, what you're going to do is you're going to kind of get like just a big curve line going off there, another one going off here, and then it's going to angle up like that. And then this line's going to go out. You're going to kind of get like a dome type shape. So that's pretty much it for the head shape. Something like that. I should refine this line a little bit more now that we have it. So we have something like that. And now for the body, you can kind of get like a little cylinder right here for her neck. Like that. And we get a nice big circle in for like her rib cage and chest area and upper body. So we're going to have like the shoulders here. And then her arm's going to go down and then kind of be up here. Her hand's going to be about here, right under her neck. Then it's kind of just going to go down like this and then kind of up. And then she's going to have another arm that's going to go out and then over. And she's going to have a hand right about here. Kind of like the arm right about there. Her waist will be somewhere around there. And I'll just kind of go down. And then she's going to have kind of like this long kind of cloak cape thing. So just kind of gesture that in like this. And I'll go off her shoulder and kind of be something like that. But that's pretty much good for the gesture that we need. Now we could jump into some detail here. And we'll start off with her face. And her face is going to be the most complicated. Just because it's the most detail that we're going to put in. So basically, oh, and also for like this eye line, you can kind of draw in the ear, which is going to kind of be like this kind of curve line like that. There we go. So what we're going to do is gesture in this her eyes here. So they're kind of going to be two big circles. So one here, one about there. And basically, when a tip when you draw the eyes, you basically want like an eye space in the middle. So if you take like the length here, that should be kind of the distance between these two eyes. That'll change on depending on the angle of the face, but for this one, it's pretty solid. Something like that, and you kind of want to keep them on the same eye line here. So that's pretty good. And now what I'm going to start off with doing is her nose. So her nose is going to be right about here. And it's just going to be this curve line that goes down, and then just kind of slightly curves in like that. And now we could get in her eyes, but before we get in her eyes, basically what we're going to do is kind of follow the curve that we'd have for the nose and just draw a curve line right about there. And then for her eyes, they're pretty simple. Basically what we're going to need to do is draw a nice curve line like this. So you get a nice big curve. And then here what we're going to do is draw in the eyeball. or at least her iris, and it's going to be this nice big kind of U shape like this. And then you kind of curve this in a little bit if you want to, like that, put a little spike at the end. And then here, it's going to go up, kind of follow the curve that we have here, but it's also going to spike up for her eyelashes. So she's going to get 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of like that. And then for her eye itself, you could draw a little half circle here for a light reflection, and another one right there. And then a nice big kind of U shape for her, the dark part of her eye, her pupil, that's the word I'm looking for, like that. And you could shade this in as well. So you just shade all this in black. Like that. And now we're going to get the second eye here. And the second eye is very similar to this one. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to start off right about here and draw that curve line like this. And then it'll curve in a little bit too. And then here, near the edge here, we're going to get that kind of U shape for the eye. Like that. And then we're going to get a bigger kind of half circle right there, a little circle, and then the U shape. And now what we're going to do here is pretty much the same thing, but the eyelashes are going to follow it, so they're going to be around here. So we'll get that big kind of curve line that hugs it, and get the eyelashes that go off there like this, like that. And I'll erase kind of some overlap. It's getting a little sketchy right there. Let's curve that around. Darken in all this stuff. Curve line. Again, I'm just going over all the lines like that. And now what we could do is draw, shade all this in. Like that, and then we could shade in the eye as well. So there you go, there's her eyes. And now for her head shape, we're going to pretty much follow the gesture that we have here. But basically what we're going to do is where you're here where the eye is, you're going to have like a little indent. So it's going to go just dip in slightly here. And then it's going to curve out a little bit and then round off. And then go into the chin here, like that. So it like slightly dips in, like dips out for where the cheek is, and then kind of curves into where the chin is. It's going to go over, like this, and then up, around there. And then we could draw on her mouth, which it starts here, kind of goes across, dips down just slightly, and then up, and then over. And then she'll have a nice little curve line right here for her lip. And now we could draw in her ear. So her ear is a pretty good spot. I'm going to lower it just a tad. And we're going to get a nice curve line like this. Curve up like that. And then here, what we're going to do is draw on the ear detail. So we'll start here and draw a curve line that hugs the ear like this. And then I'll dip in and go out like that. And then you'll get a curve line here like this, and another one there. And now to kind of start off her hair, basically following this line that we have for the ear, it's going to curve over, and then up and in like that. And she'll have you'll see this part on this side, and it'll just be a little spike going out like that. And I could zoom out a little bit. And now we can start doing in her hair. For her hair, we could finish off the head shape. It'd curve in like this. And basically, we'll just draw her kind of bald. Like that. And now we got her head in, we could draw in actually a little bit of detail for her eyes. You get to see a little bit of the eyelid here, and that's just shown with a curve line. A line going in like that. I guess if you want to, you can kind of draw it again over here. Wouldn't hurt. And we could draw in her eyebrows. So her eyebrows are super simple. It's this kind of like C shape, like that. And then it just slightly curves over and then in. And they're very tiny. They don't go like the full length. They're kind of like smaller. Then we get the same thing over here, just kind of curve line. Goes over and down. This goes up and then over. Like that. And now that we got that down, we could draw in, gesture in her hair. So basically her hair has this kind of like front part. Like this. And there's another like kind of part right here. And basically what we want to do is for this kind of part right here, we'll start with a line going down, kind of making a little spike here like this. And we'll curve over and in. Got a line going up. This line will go up and then kind of curve over and in like that. And then for this line, it'll start about here, not touch this one, but start about there. And just go across, kind of be very flat, and then go into a spike, like that. And now you're just going to get a series of spikes. I'll start off in the middle here and just get like 2 in like that, and then there's really no like exact number of spikes that you should do, so just kind of just draw them in like this. That should be good, and I'll erase any overlap here. Actually, this could be a little bit higher now that I'm looking at it. Again, this is why you draw light, so when you do go into detail, you can easily erase things that don't look right and fix it. Like that. So we got her bangs down, and then after you get her bangs in, we get a nice little curve line that curves up and in like that, for like just a little hair that's sticking out. And now before we do the rest of her hair, what we're gonna do is draw in, she has like a flower right here, so it'd be like right about here. So I'll zoom in here a little bit. And basically for the flower, I basically just do like a simple flower shape. So it's kind of hard to explain, but you do like a C shape like this, and then you do like a dome underneath it as the start, and then here in the middle we're going to get a curve line that goes out, kind of curves over, kind of dips in like this, and I'm just going to be drawing in like the flower petals. So curve it in, and again it's kind of hard to explain these shapes, so just kind of just follow along as best you can. I'll get another one about here, and there's like a little bit of overlapping too, so you can erase any overlap you create. And we'll have another one, and there like that. So you get kind of like a flower type shape. Again, I don't really know a good way to explain it, but you just kind of get shapes that look like this. And I'll get my good eraser. Kind of redraw it in. And you basically just want to start at the center point and then kind of just draw all these petals going around that center point here. Like that. That's pretty much good for the flower. And then once you get the flower down, we could draw in actually a big bang. So it'd be something like this. Something like that. I'll zoom out a little bit. But we will also be able to finish off her hair. And now her hair is not going to be perfectly on her skull. It's going to be a little bit more out. So we'll start about here and just draw a curve line. That'll just curve and wrap around and still follow the shape of the skull though. So you want to keep that in mind when you're drawing these curve lines. So you don't just want it like curving out like super wide like that and like have a deep like curve. You still want to follow the skull line that you have. And then the last thing to finish off her hair here, erase some of this too. And she has like a couple little spikes going out here, so you get like one, be another one about there. This one will go the other way. Then you get one behind there too. A couple of like little spikes going out. And then here, we're not going to see it that much, but her, it's kind of like this part of her hair is kind of braided and tighter. So you draw a little curve line here, and then it'll have like a couple of like lines going in like that on that side. But yeah, that's pretty much it on how you draw. Well, actually, I guess we can finish off her hair here. So it's basically we're gonna follow this and just do little spikes at the edges. So we'll get like that. Curve in a little bit. This will curve out. And kind of go into there like that. So you should get a shape that looks like that, and it covers the ear a little bit, covers up the jaw, and that's about it for her head, which is honestly the hardest part about it, and we spent a lot of time on it actually. So, but the rest of her body is pretty easy, so we'll kind of blast through it. Now you could draw on her neck, which is just this curve line right here, and she's wearing like a little bit of a collar, so you get like a little rectangle at the bottom here. Like that. Here we can start drawing in her cloak. So basically this shape, put a little wave in it if you want to give it a little bit of detail. But this line's going to curve down, over, and then extend all the way to the bottom there like that. And then here what we're going to do is get a curve line for her shoulder. It's going to dip in slightly, out, and then just follow this line here. And then she's going to have a lock on it, which is just a nice big circle with another circle. And then a line going across here. And we're going to stop out here because we're going to need to draw in the hand in a second. So this will go across and kind of like link the cloak together. But just to finish off this side, you can draw a little curve line right here, just show the edge of the cloak. And then it has a little bit of stitch work on here. And to draw that in, you draw two very close parallel lines like that, going across there under the little circle thing. And then you just get little rectangles that like intersect it. And you'd erase the overlap. So like, that's pretty much it for that side. Now we're going to draw in her hand. And her hand's actually not that bad. You're going to get the pinky, kind of like a series of circles, but we're going to start off with the pinky, and the pinky just goes over, down, and then in, like this. So we're pretty much going to follow this shape. So we're going to round it a little bit, curve it up, curve it over, and then it's going to go in like that. And now I can zoom in a little bit. And then we're going to get a curve line like this and a line going out. So you get kind of like a T almost. So it has like the top of the T and then the bottom right there. And then for the rest of the fingers, they're just kind of bump off this one. So it's going to go up, over, and then in like that. One up, over, and then one more that gets hidden behind the hair right there. And then here what we're going to do is kind of get like a very rounded, almost square, like that. And what we're going to do is just darken it in a little bit. And then what we're going to do is start here and draw a line that hugs this line, like that. And then just get a circle in on top. And then for her palm, it'll be about here and just kind of go out and then curve in like that. And now we can kind of get in her forearm. So we have this oval here for it. And basically she's wearing like these kind of like forearm pads. And basically just to draw them in, it's just kind of like this curve line that goes over, around, and then just kind of dips in like that. And then you just get a series of these. So you just get another one, and another one, and then one more like that. And the bottom one kind of has like a curve to it, so it kind of points out a little bit. And now that we got that in, we could finish off her cloak here. So her hair's covering a lot of it up, but you would see a little curve line like this kind of curving in and around, kind of curve down right here, and then we're going to get a curve line. I'll zoom out a little bit because it's going to go all the way to the bottom. So going to curve out, kind of go in. We're going to stop about here though, and then start around here and draw a curve line curving out and over just to show like a fold in the fabric. And then here just be a curve line that goes over like that. You could probably throw in another like curve or two like that, just show the fabric folding. And very similar to here, we're going to get that circle. Again, we're only going to see a small portion of it though, but it'll be right there. And then under that, we'll get those two parallel lines. Keep that closer. And then those rectangles that go across it like this. And now we could finish off with this hand. And almost very similar to this one, except we're going to see more like the fingers. So we're going to get 1, 2, 3, and 4. And they'll kind of be something like that. So we're going to start off with the pinky here. We'll just draw a line going over, kind of down and then in like this. Then we'll get a curve line right there. I'll zoom in. And now here what we're going to do is get a line going down, kind of curves over, up, and it's going to go into this finger here. Like that. And now here we're going to just get another bump, kind of go in, and then one more bump for the other finger, like that. And then we'll get like this part right here, which will just kind of go up and just be, we'll just get like a side view of it, like that. And now here we will get the series of whatever these things are, like our forearm guards. So they just be something like this, and we'll get another one, and then another one, and then just one more right about there. And then you kind of don't see it because again her arms are kind of covering a lot of stuff up, but like you get a little bit of her shirt right here. And then if you want to, you can draw kind of like curve lines here like this, just to show kind of folds in the fabric, and kind of go out and around here because her sleeves are very like poofy and baggy. And then kind of here you just get like a nice kind of squiggly line. This line will kind of curve in. And again, her sleeves are very baggy, so to like just draw a lot of folds in them, like that. Like another one right here. So again, you don't see a lot of them because they're covered up. But then she's also wearing like this sash thing here. So to draw that in, just draw a line going down, curve it in. Get a line, curve line in like that. And just curve it around and over, and basically just kind of want like a lot of like parallel lines going across here at like different lengths, kind of like that. And then once you get that down, we barely see it, but like she has like a middle part that's kind of like padded, so you just get two parallel lines like this, and then just one really close to this one. Kind of the same thing on this side, so two parallel lines really close, and then one about here. And then you get a curve line here and here. And yeah, that pretty much wraps up Mozu here. So again, I definitely simplified her like clothing a lot more, just for the sake of the video. But I think we did a pretty good job with her face. So I'm gonna put the drawing that we just did up here. If it'll stay. Hopefully it probably won't. It probably will not. Okay, it's not. So I'm just going to leave both these down here. Zoom out. And yeah, show them off like this. So the picture that we have on the right side here is the sketch that we just did. The picture on the left is the more inked version that I did ahead of time. And yeah, actually I got a better idea. I bet I could put the sketch there. I bet this one will stand up. And there you have it. So yeah, there we go. I guess. But I'll just leave it on the inked version. Why not? So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to drawing Mozu. Again, I simplified a lot of her clothing just for the sake of the video and kind of focused more on her face. But thank you again, Candace Smith, for the request. If you guys have requests, I do take them. All you need to do is leave what you want me to draw in the comment section below. I'll take your name and what you requested, put it on my how to draw list, and then on Sunday when I make a drawing video, I randomly pick one off the list. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys for the next one. Okay, thanks, bye. Later.